And we are live, coming down here all the way from somewhere in North Australia. I am your host, James Quirky Quirk, and with me today I have the PogChamp himself co-casting. I have the one, the only, the Yakuzaku. How you doing today, mate?
Yaku, I feel like you're gonna legit confuse people who are tuning in for the first time. Like,
Well,
god damn it. But yeah, what's up? What's up?
what is up?
It's
I am
our.
not Quirky.
You are not. You are Yaku.
Our usual production mate. I am Yaku today, and with me is not my evil twin, but rather my pato hermano.
Yep. We normally. Yeah, normally we're casting Vietnamese stuff together. Really, we're casting VTO or Ao Dai when that's available. But yeah. Sorry, I'm just setting stuff up. Yeah, it's actually my first time casting GPA.
Yep, something came up today with
Quirky.
There we go. Yeah, you know, the guy who I've been clanmates with for over a year, and I've been casting GPOs for weeks with now. Yeah, that guy. I know that guy.
Yep.
And so, yep, we're gonna be casting the GPO today. Gonna be taking over from the production role. We are gonna be following Chappie. Gonna start off with Chappie versus Nux here today. Should be a fairly even match, I should say.
I would give the edge to Chappie, but at the same time, we haven't really seen much of Chappie. Like this is the first time he's playing in GPA. Like, he signed up, but he doesn't check in. So god damn it.
He was too busy practicing for Nation Wars, man. Now that doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That was last week. Unfortunately, he like signed up and checked in, but had to forfeit because of Nation Wars. But
is that the official reason?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's just say that it is, and if nobody corrects us, then it is correct. You can't be corrected if you are correct.
Could you message Demi and Protus then? Because it doesn't seem like Nux is here, so we won't be able to.
We were just hyping him up, man.
Yeah.
They're already in game. Oh wait, what?
No, he's not in game.
Okay. Oh, Protoss now is the AFK one. Wait, so who am I messaging?
Demi or Protostam, or both. So we can follow them.
What if we just type casting Demi versus Protoss Nam first? And I'm assuming I'll be making the lobby, because we don't really trust people not from C to make C lobbies.
Yeah.
Hey, apparently I just got war chest experience. That is fun.
Yeah.
LE, create with mod, not balance test mod. WCS game heart. We should just do 1 week where we don't tell anyone that we're doing balance test mod, but we are.
Everyone will be perfectly okay with that.
Of course, I can't think of anything controversial.
Exactly. I'm just setting up the Wikipedia page. Yeah. So normally it's you and Quirky casting this. And we've seen a lot of these players. We've seen a lot of Demi. We've seen a lot of Azure. Like, they've kind of formed this sort of rivalry. we've seen a bit of Protosnam. He's
we mostly
been
see
able to
him
play
in Vietnam Team League.
True.
Accept my invite, by the way.
Sweet.
This guy, man. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna need the C guys to make the lobby, and it's like, I'm just also not gonna accept your invites.
Nox is here, by the way.
Oh, god damn it. Well, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. You gotta make a commitment sometimes.
Yep.
Okay, and it actually seems that Protosnam is not, so...
Oh. Oh.
Yeah? Oh?
He may be coming on.
Ah! So, what do you think we'll have in store for us today in this Grand Platypus? Just looking at the bracket, I'm sure we've got some favorites. Demi, definitely. The 4-time GPO champion. The Shark himself. He's made it that many times. He's definitely a favorite to get to the finals. Who else do you think is on that bracket? I think Chappie is somebody I'm excited for.
Well, Chappie, you know, Vivid as well, potentially versus Azure in the upper bracket. But yeah, like they're always strong contenders, and they've taken maps off each other, you know. So it is definitely possible for like for them to take each other out.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that day, man. They do have a rivalry, Demi and Azure.
They face in the finals almost every week.
Yeah, except for when Azure isn't playing.
Yeah, last week Demi was missing his buddy Azure.
Yeah. It's like, Grog, I need you, man.
Yeah.
I need you, man. More than anything that I need. Okay. Still waiting on Protosnam quite a bit. Does seem to be AFK for the time being, but you know, can't really blame him. I'm not sure where in Vietnam he stays, but so long as you're in the vague proximity of Mio Micah's cats, they do call you. So you gotta be known for that. Speaking of, we do have our Maturino code down in the, down you can see there in the, where is it? Yeah, bottom of the screen. Oh, light! Go ahead and contribute, the code being GPO5, of course. You can put the exclamation mark Maturino in the chat to see what we've got. I'm pretty sure Light's internet just died, so he just, whatchamacallit.
Am I not in the lobby?
You are in the lobby, but you went completely silent for a while without saying a thing, and I was like, oh no.
It's all good, it's all good.
And then it said, oh, Light has gone offline, let us come online. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just working on the bracket right now, so I can tweet.
I'm making you ref, by the way.
Sweet.
Okay.
We should both be ref in case I
Meh.
like out.
Now, I'll just say this, I could not actually find a, what's it called? Logo for OSC Elite in, whatchamacallit? by Wikipedia search, yeah.
It's interesting.
So that, yeah, tis indeed. I have to look for a custom. But speaking of a custom, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have him here right now. The one, the only, the 4-time GPO champion. He is the player who is the Slayer, the denim of my Demin. We have the Red Zerg representing Team OSC Elite, all the way from the nation of India. He is Demi. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner, right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss, having a very fancy-looking, whatchamacallit, battle cruiser Gosu trophy boy. We have the blue Protoss representing team that I forgot what it's called. Actually, he may be on a team, but he's not actually representing that team right now because, where's that clan tag? There's the clan tag. You can't represent your team if you don't have it in your clan tag in game. We have the guy who is mostly known for Vietnam Team League and a couple of Aodai weeklies. I don't actually have the stats on how many he's won, but it's safe to assume that he's won like at least 2. We have Protasnam. And while that is going on, they're both players are opening up very safe like. I'm getting that wall up. We did see quite a couple of times in Vietnam Team League that Protasnam, he's one to do a couple of more risky maneuvers, like say we're delaying his wall for a bit for the sake of other stuff.
Yeah, like it's a good, like, we haven't seen him like proxy or anything like that. Like, well, I'm sorry, we have, but this game he's chosen not to. You know, he's playing a bit more straight up, a little bit more standard. You know, which is pretty ballsy, I think. I feel like Demi's like overwhelmingly favored, like in this whole tournament, right? So playing straight up against him is you know. I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's definitely confident in his own ability, I would think. Rip that probe. Target opener once again coming down from Protasnam, which is something that I suppose it has sort of come back into the meta, particularly thanks to stats and his Oracle builds. However, I feel like that never really left the meta in Southeast Asia. For whatever reason, these Vietnamese players, they love their Stargate play, man.
For sure, for sure.
And
something that's interesting is that Demi's Overlord. Oh, actually, he has Overlord speed. Okay, so he's going to be able to get a full scout of this.
Flash build.
Yeah. Not before the Oracle gets out of the main, but he does see the Stargate, so he should know to throw down spores.
Yep. There goes one in the main, moving down right now. This Oracle is still pretty fast though. It isn't going straight for the main though, and that may or may not be what buys Demi enough time to defend all of his bases, really.
Yeah, I was going to say that there are already 2 queens in position at the natural to defend against it. So depending on where the Oracle decides to hit, like, where is it right now? Okay, it's just chilling.
It's waiting for a buddy.
Yeah. I think because he sent 2 adepts in, I think he like saw those queens. He's like, oh, okay, like you know, I'll stay back and wait for like a better moment, you know.
Yeah, I may as well, instead of trying to pick off a single drone here and there, I may as well wait for my 2 oracles, and then I can just start one-shotting and playing it a little more sort of ballsy. I don't have to... Well, you do still have to take care of your oracles in a sense, but you don't have to... You don't have to be as delicate, I would say. You can just sort of rush in, get drone kills, and rush out.
For sure,
Can't really do that with only one, yeah. And speaking of which, time to see how many drone kills he can actually get. 2 go down, 3, 4, being a little bit precise, but also playing a little bit with fire here. That Oracle is really low.
Yeah, oh my god, the recall! Oh no, he gets it!
5 drone kills in the end. Not terrible, but it could have gone a little differently, I suppose.
I was like, oh my god, like he's trapped there. Like he was so close with getting them both out in the recall, but the queen managed to get it at the end.
It definitely
well played.
did. And now we see the counter harass come down from Demi, something that I feel like we see him do this more in CVZ than we do in CVP. Now that I attempt to look back, but yep, definitely Demi, one of those players who really likes his link play. I feel like I had a hypothesis the other day. There are 2 types of Zerg players, right? You have your players who are really big on link play and early game. You have your late game players who are really big on like brute lords and spellcasters. Then you have Sue. Who drags out the mid game as long as possible. Yeah. But Demi definitely is not particularly a mid game player. He does like mutaling Bane, and we see right now he is starting to switch into mutas, but he's not really the type of player who will drag out the mid game for as long as possible. He just goes into the mid game as a way to transition to late game.
Yeah, does Protosnom see that Spire building with his observer, by the way?
He does
not. He's not. Wow, okay. Because again, like as you were saying, he's getting a bunch of mutas out, and if this goes unscouted, like potentially they can do a lot of economic damage.
Absolutely. I would say that Protosnom has something in place, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Like if he scouted it,
some Archons, but those are fairly slow without a Warp Prism.
Because he has a Stargate. Like if he saw it, like he could have started like Phoenix production, for example. But yeah, unscattered like this, I don't know. They are coming out now, and there are Archons on the way.
Are Archons on the way, but without a Warp Prism, those are gonna slowly shamble back and forth bases. And even with the Warp Prism, you always run the risk of just getting it sniped midway. Protosnom has seen the mutas going down or moving across the map and has started his cannon production, but not before Demi repays the favor that his oracles have dealt. A lone Phoenix is gonna chase us away though. You do not want to tangle with Phoenixes too much, even in low numbers. Especially if you yourself are on a low muta count.
But again, 4 workers, 2 adepts, and I don't think he lost a single muta, right?
He did not.
Yeah. And that's pretty good damage, and he also has that threat of mutas out on the map now. So because of that, Protosnom has to play a little bit more conservative. He has to be more careful, get cannons up in his bases, be more like cautious about everything. And with that, Demi, he's macroing up hard. He's getting his 5th base already. While Protosnom is just getting his 4th.
By looking at the worker supply, 77 versus 57, and an army supply. That's an even bigger oof if you are Protosnom.
Yeah, for sure. And Bane's speed is about to finish up as well. I was about to say, like, at least there's slow Banes, but no. He's got everything
They're
he
slow
needs.
for now.
Yeah.
Alright, this is may or may not be a threatening army, but it's also a tiny army. Very nice force fields do go down, however, but that's not a lot of energy. When you have that little sentries, that's not a lot of energy, and thus not a lot of force fields. All of these banelings get wasted, but at the same time do massive damage to the army. Protosnom is completely on the back foot. He is relying entirely on these Phoenixes, and even they're vulnerable to Mutalisk, and when they, use their Graviton Beam, they are vulnerable to Corrosive Bile as well. The base.
And I mean, they're basically out of energy. Like they can't really do much in this fight. I feel like Protosnap, he took that engagement fairly well as he could have. You know, his force wheels were pretty good.
As well as he could have by having half the army supply. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Like he just didn't have the army supply behind it. He had, you know, the control, but he just didn't have much to work with. It just goes to show like how well like Demi macroed, right, and how many drones he had, and how much he just blew up. Economically.
Despite that 5 worker deficit at the beginning of the game, GG is called by Protosnam. And Demi once again gonna show why he is the favorite today.
Yeah.
I probably should have restarted my computer before today. But, you know, you live and you learn. Alright, gonna be waiting on the next map. That will be Protosnam's map choice.
Mm-hmm.
Can I rant about something? What?
What do you...
In StarCraft, right? With the difference between casting tool and the whatchamacallit in-game sort of thing. Well, actually no, because casting tool is based off of the in-game who is on player 1, who is player 2, right? And it's really annoying that the player who you spawn on top of first, right? That is player 1. But, and you think that by pressing the 1 key, that would correspond and you'd see that player's vision. It's actually the opposite, for whatever reason. That was my rant for today. By the way, Light, you were asking if I could hear something, and I can confirm that no, I do not, because you have muted yourself. Thus, I hear nothing. Light? Triton is going to be our next map coming down here. That is Protosnam's map pick. Not too surprised. I want to think back to how many times we've seen Protosnam choose Triton itself, but to be honest, the game that I was thinking of was actually Justice Simon, who is another Vietnamese Protoss player. And regardless, it is still a fairly popular map choice. For a pretty good reason. I mean, we've talked quite extensively about how Triton is basically the everyman that sort of catch-all sort of map. Talking a lot about the... Is this the map that I'm thinking of? That Chappie? No, that was actually World of Sleepers. The match, of course, the game that I was thinking of course, being when Chappie actually ninja-based in CVZ. Just gonna... Does Light actually know that he's muted, is what I want to know?
No, I did not.
God damn it.
I've been trying to talk this entire time. God damn it. Alright. I was just saying that I kind of hope that we see something a little bit more quirky come out of Protosnam. Like, we saw him play kind of straight up, and it didn't really work as well as it could have against Demi. I'm kind of hoping to see something like a proxy or a ninja base or just something weird come out, right? Something to hopefully catch Demi off guard.
Definitely do think that Triton is the map to do so. Well, it might not be the map to do so in this current map pool, but as we said, it is that catch-all map, and it's the map of possibilities. So, it's still a map that you can do that, but not exactly a map that necessarily lends itself too well. And speaking of necessarily, here we have it in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map. We have the Red Zerg, representing Team OSC Elite, and coming off of his first game map win of the series, we have the Red Zerg, representing Team OSC Elite, as well as India, we have the Red Zerg, we have Demi. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss. Gonna have to win this game, and then the game after that, and then the game after that, if he wants to win this entire best-of-3 series. He has been shown that he can pull something off, but he has been shown that he can control. That's what I was thinking of. Something off when times are tough, but can he get to that point in the first place where he can do that and get away with it? We have the blue Protoss. He is from Vietnam. He is Protoss Nam. He's from Nam.
He is. You don't have to be so aggressive about it. Like, like, he is from Vietnam. Yes, you're correct.
I was there, man. I was there from Protoss Nam. Was in Nam.
He's still there. What are you talking about?
Show me around. Show me Miomaika's cats.
Does he have cats?
Miomaika? Yeah. He has 2 cats, I believe.
Nice.
As Upley described them, they are very fat and cute.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so we see, again, from Demi, pretty standard, as I would expect, to be honest,
Yeah, you do see some players who, when they know that they're favored against their opponent, when they're on match point itself, they'll immediately just try to go for that quick win. I know basically most of the top Koreans I can think of, like Maru does this, Dark does this a lot. But yeah, on the other hand, you also have players who, when they know they're favored, they're not going to risk too much. They're just going to go for what they know they're good at. What has been proven to beat their opponent before.
Yeah, and ooh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted. Look at this. Look at this, mate. Look at this. Stargate. Proxy Stargate.
There we go.
That's what I want.
Thinking, oh, yeah, no. Protoss Nam. You got a penchant for Stargates, don't you? But then he looks at his base and it's like, oh, no, never mind then. Never mind.
Yeah, and this could work because, again, as we saw before, Demi does go for like a standard scout timing, but he does wait for that Overlord speed to kick in.
He is actually getting circling speed before Overlord speed this game.
Okay, switching things up, a little bit more risky though, because again, that will delay the Overlord scout, so he won't know that something's missing until potentially it's too late. The Oracle's already halfway done, it's gonna be done soon. How many queens does Demi have in position or out on the map to help defend?
There's 2 at the front of his natural and 1 down in his main. That is not a lot.
Yeah. And it does depend whether or not Protoss Nam waits to accumulate some, like 2 oracles, or just going straight away with 1. Is there a wall? Okay.
There is, right. And it's a nice solid wall.
There's no shield battery! There's no shield battery! It's gonna get through!
There's no shield battery, they are starting to get through.
Oh my god! Wall it off! Oh, he doesn't wall it off!
Blocks the gateway to build it. The Oracle is getting some work done, but with the drone transfer and with the queens, That is not a lot compared to this massive
Oh, he's
counter
forced to
attack.
fight with the probes.
Yeah, Protoss now trying to get us around, but not quite getting it. The Lings actually using that to their own advantage. Taking out probe after probe after probe.
The Adepts get in a nice spot and finally wall it off, but after losing 11 probes.
Ouch. Prosam is going to try to get something done with his double Oracle here. He needs to equalize this. Or even yet, he needs to get even more drone kills to equalize this, I should say.
What is... Oh my god, but there's still Lings in the... Okay.
They were still alive.
Yeah, all up, how many drones have gone down there? Because is that 6 plus this 10? Is that 16 all up, or?
No, that is 10 total.
Oh, never mind. Okay. So they do kind of deal equal amount of worker damage, but this isn't what Protoss wanted. You know, ideally you go in there, you deal the damage, and you come out ahead. But at the moment, it's either equal or I would say Protoss a bit behind.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be behind, losing that pylon and this gateway.
Yeah, he's supply blocked. He can't build anything right now. And again, on top of that, he loses his Stargate, so he loses that tech, so he can't like switch into Phoenix or continue to pump out Oracles. Like he's lost that now, and he's forced to go into Robo. And I don't know. This is... He needs to do something to try and come back into this.
A bit of a multi-prong here
9
with the Adepts, and
10.
Bit of a multi-prong with the Adepts and the Oracles.
He loses,
and then ends up sacking the Oracles for a couple more drone kills. Gets 11 in the end, so yeah, not too bad. It still does not put him ahead though, which is the big problem here. He is somewhat equal, but not for long. Yeah,
bearing in mind that Demi is already on 3 bases. Oh my god, there's no wall! It's not real! Oh god!
Man, there is depths. Oh boy.
Yeah, and he's gonna get the sentries as well. He gets one. Oh my god.
But he basically wastes those force fields. These zealots do not have charge yet, but they are still doing a pretty good job of blocking these choke points, denying any more kills.
I'm not gonna lie, with this control as well as with the Adepts earlier, like Protoss unit control has been pretty impressive. Like with the way that he handles them and the way that he's trying to block them off and stuff. It's good, but again, like losing all of these workers.
His micro is at the top of the game, but in order to get his macro is a little bit on the slipping side. Not even his macro, I should say, but more of his... I think it's just his tactics are just not working out.
It's hard to say because, like, just then, you know, his Adept just wasn't in the right position, so there wasn't a wall, you know? It's little things like that. It's what separates, like, a good player from a great player or something like that, I suppose.
Absolutely. I thought this charge it all in may have done quite a bit of damage, but getting some nice kiting with those roaches, Demi is able to soften them up a lot. Excellent placement of the spore, but
and the spines as well. Like there was plenty of static defense. There were queens, there were roaches, there was a lot of creep. Like Demi was just ready for this, and now he's, you know, he can counterattack and push out. And after all of that, like Protoss doesn't have much to defend at home. Like that was his main army. He is getting out Immortals, he is getting out Archons, but like his main force is gone. It's all going to be up to these force fields. If he gets like the best force fields that he can delay the push, cut it in half, you know, try and hold on that way.
Yeah, will force fields help that much when corrosive biles are gonna shell your army though, is what I want to know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to sack his third.
Yeah, has to sack the third.
Cancel it!
No, he was. He started moving his army out earlier, so he did really want to save this, but did not work out in the end. Once again, very nice force field usage from Protoss now, but just he doesn't have the numbers to back up to really take advantage of that. All right, that's another really good force field though.
Yeah, he's got good force fields, but he just doesn't have the amount of units that he needs, and GG.
What did I recognize? God damn it, I forgot. Always remember to turn off screen rotation when you do the GG button, because otherwise it will reset. Alright, once again, Demi showing off why he's favored. I feel like, I mean, we talked about Protoss Nam's control. It was excellent. And it sort of seemed like his macro was slipping a little bit, but really I just think he chose the wrong tactics and openings. Kind of feel like his strategies just weren't that effective versus a player like Demilove, who could really turn those on your head and, you know, force his way into a victory just from pure macro alone. Yeah.
Again, it's just those little things, right? I did really like his proxy build, but it was just that thing where he had a stalker for defense, but there was no shield battery, right? So that stalker just had a limited time to be useful before the wall went down, and he went for the building placement, right, to wall up again, and it was, you know, it was denied. It's just like, yeah, just things didn't quite go his way.
I definitely agree with that, but it is, look, I'm on way too much caffeine to do analysis. Looks like Nux versus Chappie is still going on, so let's see if we can try to get into this Azure versus Vivid game. Seems like they're already in game, which is a problem. Unless...
yeah, currently everyone's already in game. We will just have to wait for someone to get out and then just jump on them.
I'm good with that. That's usually my technique of yeah, I just wait for somebody to get out of the grocery store and I jump on them, and then now I have food for the rest of the week.
So, according to this, okay. Vivid is in game 1 between himself and Azure, it seems like. I'm not sure about Chappie and Nux. Let's see.
I'm gonna say that they're in game 3. Am I wrong? Probably not. Because when am I ever wrong? I cannot think of a single instance of myself being wrong or guessing wrong.
I think they're in game 1. Chocobutt and... Sorry, Nux and Chappie.
Choco Button? Oh, right, because he goes by Chocobutt in game.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's a brand of cereal in the Philippines.
Is it?
Like, the Philippines, they have some weird names for this stuff there. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
In the meantime, once again, why don't I remind everybody to go ahead and click on the Matcherino page and contribute with that GPO5 coupon. Add to the prize pool. Make sure, look at this man on my right here, my fellow co-caster. Look at him. Doesn't even have enough to eat because he's pouring all of his money into these tournaments. So why don't you ease the burden a little bit on him? You know, let him get some food. Make sure, you know, let him have one day where he doesn't have to pounce on people leaving the grocery store in order to survive for the coming week. You know,
I feel like
let him purchase food legitimately, you know?
I feel
and
like
you can do that. Yeah?
Painting a pretty bad picture, right? of how I'm struggling in Nam right now.
He is a Nom right now.
God damn it.
Nom, of course, being the name of his neighborhood. While you're checking out that Matcherino page, by the way, why don't you come and join our Discord server as well? ! Discord over in the chat. If you have questions, that is where you'll find your answers. All of them. Steel will answer any question you have. Steel and Senor Pato. Any question you have.
Make sure to add
write,
Steel molds in the Discord server.
Add Steel mold and begin.
Even if you don't have a question,
Dear Senor Pato.
Just add him.
Yeah. Just at the end of all of your sentences, you might be speaking to somebody completely different. At the end of that, just oh, by the way, add Steel mold.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Also, follow us on Twitter as well. !Twitter. You know what to do. We're not gonna give the whole pitch. It is a solitary. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, man. I had like 2 hours of sleep last night.
God damn it, dude. What are you doing?
Hey, it looks like Azure just beat Vivid. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, Azure. Jesus. So, I guess in a double limb, it's not quite as smooth, but...
What?
Azure.
Uh-huh.
I can see semi-final. And Chocobutter out of game.
There we go. Let us see. Oh, I pressed the button by mistake. Why did I put it next to my my backspace? Where is Chappy or Chocobutt?
Okay, so currently the score is 1-1.
The score is 1-1. Alright, so are we casting them?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes. Sorry, they're remaking the lobby for WC. Yes.
There we go. Don't even have to tell them or ask them. It is innate in their heads because Steel has Steel Mold has taught them well.
Of course, the winner of this will go up in semi.
Yep, they will go up again. I thought you said semis for a second, and I was like, what? No, it's not. But now, just because D and S are on the same sort of, or next to each other on the QWERTY keyboard layout, not to be confused with the quirky keyboard layout, it does not mean that it means the same thing. Okay, now put Chappy in as a Zerg player. Put SC2 Swarm in. Then put Chocobutt in as a Zerg player. Oh wait, not Chocobutt. What's his name? Nux. And remember to put an alias. Beautiful.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And
Game 3,
from here,
the ace match.
Yeah, here we have like winner this plays against Demi, winner that against his. Yeah. Should be good.
Like cutting out every other sentence.
What'd you tell me now?
It wasn't a big deal until now. I thought we were gonna load in and I was gonna go into a thing, but now I'm just holding my breath for an hour in. And speaking of not a big deal until now, here we have it. Oh, we're in. the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the Blue Zerg, currently representing Team OSC Elite. Yo, OSC Elite? What? SC2 Swarm! Look, both of those teams are the same. Are basically, it's all a shroud. You see, you take off the mask. Look, if you notice, everybody, the logo for Team OSC Elite, right? They're wearing masks. Take off the mask, what are they? Zerg units of some kind. That's why they're always wearing a mask. That's why they're on team. That's why the website is called SC2 Unmasked. Dude, we figured it out. We figured it out. Anyway, what was I saying? We have the Blue Zerg representing SC2 Swarm, but no longer representing Australia. Or maybe he still is. Look, I don't know. He's not. Look. What I'm trying to say is Nation Wars is out in Australia. No, Australia is out of... Look. It's Chappy! And in the top right left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, the Red Zerg, all the way over from the Philippines. You know him as Nux, but over here in the Acropolis, we call him by a different name. He is... Chocobat.
AKA Nux.
AKA Nux. Alright, both players opening up entirely identical.
Yeah, yeah.
Are a little bit different, but not by much.
Yeah, I'm a little scared. We don't really know how the last 2 games went, so I don't know, if they were really aggressive.
We can fill in the blanks, right? What are our contextual? What are our clues?
Okay, well, we both
going to be in the middle of the map. Chocobats versus Pounce, but goes off it and goes straight for the scout.
Okay.
Yeah, but you were saying like.
No, yeah, I was just, this exact same thing. The Bane, the same everything. Like gee.
Painless, yeah, it's all the same, everything.
Yeah. A third, the number of queens. The only difference may be link count, but yeah.
Yeah. See, I like this because I hear half of what Light is saying, and so I have to put in my own contextual clues to figure out what the rest of it is. I can completely say the wrong thing. Oh, this is an opportunity. I can claim that Light is saying anything I want him to say.
Okay.
So long as it lines up. But yeah, what else can we really say about this? I mean, you'd say that Chappy is getting more drones, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried because I want to like turn off my Wi-Fi and turn it back on, but
oof,
we're in this. I know it'll mess.
Maybe not right now. Oops, scout coming in from Nux, but gonna be denied before it actually gets to see too much. I mean, I already saw what tech that Chappy was going for, but you never know. You never know what's going on over in the main base.
Yeah, and we already see our big diver Nux merge. Which one would he didn't have it?
Yep, Nux did go for the Roach Warren first, whereas Chappy decided to drone up quite a bit before. I mean, he's probably still going to get it because he is still getting that +1 ranged upgrade.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Like, he's getting +1 range, but he still doesn't have a Roach Warren.
Do you think maybe it's one of those things which is you're so used to doing a build that it slips your mind, and then later on you just assume that you've got it, but then you realize that you actually didn't? I feel like it was more intentional though, because look at the drone count for both of these players.
I guess, yeah. I guess he's looking because he does. Like the most sense because again, like we don't see any roaches yet, so it doesn't quite the impact of getting that roach one early.
Yeah. Doesn't really help him. I suppose that both of them do want to try to align it to their lair timing, but yeah, Chucklebutt just deciding just get the roach warren early for insurance. I mean, his scouts are getting denied each and every time, right? So may just want to get it for more safety reasons, yeah?
Yeah, potentially.
And now Chappie is showing off what he can do. That the timing, getting it early or getting it later does not really matter that much. As long as it all aligns with lair.
Yeah, and we're starting to find out roaches now. I'm not Grazer. He's working on plus range where Happy he's only so again like he pretty even when I'm to like and Chappie he's like sort
of Chappie is starting to poke ahead in. Well, it's still a bit of an arms race in terms of the roaches. Chappie is now currently ahead. And he's actually going to continue to be ahead. Okay, yeah, I think Chappie might actually win the arms race in the end. So the drone count, though, Chucklebutt is starting to catch up.
Yeah.
But to what end, I suppose, is the question.
Chappie being at the higher drone count, like, longer, helps, I guess.
Yep, it does help you gain. It does help you gain that momentum earlier on, but yeah, if you just look at it right now at this point of time, well, yeah, actually no, that does reflect in the army size. Chappie going for Tunneling Claws.
Yeah, and Nux going for that fourth base, which could be a mistake. We're about to see Chappie.
We are about to see Chappie with his roaches come out. I would not be surprised if in the next 5 minutes Chappie just goes completely ham and is maxed out on roaches. Not even getting Ravagers, man. But Chucklebutt is getting a Nidus.
Ooh, okay, so we're gonna have Nidus play for roaches, which is gonna be quite interesting to see, especially if good vision. So Chappie should be spot them before a cut, right?
Yeah, should be. This is really annoying when it doesn't tell you which player is on which key to see what vision is where. But yeah, Chappie definitely has some pretty good vision. Does see that Chucklebutt is moving across the map.
Yeah,
and
at the same
positions his army.
At the same time, we've got Chappie getting a Spire as well, so he's looking to transition into mutas after this.
I feel like that's a little bit late for a muta switch. It's like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna max out on roaches and then muta switch.
Yeah, get out mutas. Yeah.
Yeah. Oop. Chucklebutt seemed like he wasn't being too careful there. Almost walked right into a concave, but managed to pull back in time. Chappie, and forced Chappie to eat a couple of what looked like his own biles for a second. Chappie is not having it. He does want to shut down this push. But Chucklebutt, he's going to continue to reinforce this over and over and over again. Chappie, not really sure where he wants to position his army right now. Eating a couple of biles as well. Gonna continue to try to chase Chucklebutt away, but as this happens, the bulk of Chucklebutt's reinforcements are being funneled through this Nidus. Chappie is actually down, like just taking casualty after casualty after casualty, whereas Chucklebutt is just able to replenish all of his forces. And he'll probably get this Nidus up as well. A single Mutalisk is not here going to be able to stop this. A couple of roaches do help, that's for sure. But that was also perhaps what Chucklebutt needed to draw attention away. Yeah, as you said, Chappie was going to try to Mutalisk switch, but catching off Chappie when he broke his army into just pouncing on wherever he was weaker, that whole defeat in detail sort of idea really costing Chappie dearly. However, he's starting to get some gains here in his defenses. The Mutalisks are starting to really help him out, getting a couple of surrounds. Tunneling Claws actually as well with that regen.
Yeah,
however,
I don't know if it's a little bit too late, right? All these out, but you know they can't kill the rat. They've already got 20 drones, and the Nidus is
just keep coming. It won't stop, man. It never ends. Definitely seems that Chappie wants to hold on, but for how long can he is the question. Talk about already switching into Hydras. He's going to be able to punish the Mutas. And not really getting too much done as well. Chappie continuing to eat drone damage after drone damage after drone damage. And now, these Niduses just don't stop coming. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing that Quirky wasn't here to cast today, because my god, he would burst an artery, man. And yeah, we do see there is
he's
an
coming
old
out
saying.
like
I did once hear Artosis have an old saying that it was easy to play with more Mutalisk wins, but yeah, not when the opponent, the alternative is a lot of Hydralisk and a lot of Roaches. Providing a meat shield once again, these Roaches will, and my god. They just, where does it end? Like, where?
it doesn't end, mate. It doesn't.
GG is called. And Chocobutt, wait, that was the final ace match. And Chocobutt gonna move on to face Demi in the quarterfinals.